Stop. Do not pass over this warning, because what I am about to reveal cannot wait another day. Someone has been working against you in secret. It is not a supposition. It is not a theory. It is a fact that heaven has confirmed. And the Archangel Michael has descended personally to show you who, how, and why. Do you feel this sudden heat in your chest? It is not the air, it is his presence, confirming that this message was written with your name, not the name they use in the street, the name God gave you before you were born, the name that is engraved in a book that no human hand can open. And this name has been pronounced in the dark, not in prayer, in sabotage. Beloved, be silent for a moment. Let every word penetrate the deepest part of your being, because the veil that clouded your vision is about to fall forever. And when it falls, you will understand everything. Every door that closed, every project that stalled, every scent that vanished, every poorly slept night, every pain that came without warning, everything was connected. And the thread that connected led to a single person. I am Michael, the Prince of the heavenly host. And I am here because your silent tears have finally reached the throne of the Most High. Every time you asked for justice without receiving an answer. Every time you wondered why nothing worked despite the effort. Every time you looked in the mirror and did not recognize your own reflection because you were so tired. Heaven heard everything, noted everything, and today it responds. The answer is not in the lack of effort, nor in bad luck, nor in destiny. The answer is in a person who walks by your side, who sits at your table, who knows details of your life that no one else knows. Because you trusted, you opened your heart, you showed your dreams, and this person used every piece of information as a tool to block you, not by impulse, by calculation, not for a day, for months, perhaps years. And they did everything in such perfect silence that you never suspected. Until now. Write in the comments, the secret has been revealed. Because by writing you are not just placing letters, you are breaking the silence that protected the one who sabotaged you, and heaven records every declaration made with faith. Now listen carefully, because clarity is the first step to freedom. How many times did you feel that something was wrong but could not name it? How many times did intuition scream and the mind fall silent? How many times did you look at a person and feel a discomfort in your stomach that had no logical explanation? This was not paranoia. It was discernment. The Spirit trying to warn you of what the eyes did not see, of what the ear did not hear, of what the heart did not want to accept. Because the truth is difficult when it involves someone you love, someone you helped, someone you embraced when they were on the ground. And discovering that this same person has been working against you in secret is like being stabbed by the one who should hold your hand. It hurts more than any outside attack, because it came from within, from the most vulnerable place, from the place where you lowered your guard because you believed it was safe there. But today the Archangel Michael says, the time of the secret is over. What was hidden comes to light, and the one who operated in the shadows will be exposed. Not for revenge, but because truth is the only medicine that heals what the lie poisoned. Look at reality with the eyes of the Spirit. Have you not noticed that money slips from your hands without explanation? You strive, you work double, you save, you plan. But when it seems that there will finally be a surplus, an expense arises that makes no sense. A bill that reappears, an emergency that swallows everything, as if there were an invisible drain sucking every cent before you could build something solid. This drain has a name, it has a face, it has an address, and it was operating in secret while you slept, while you worked, while you prayed asking God for what he had already released, but which never arrived, because someone was intercepting it on the way, not with their hands, with intention, with words spoken when you were not there, with desires cast in the darkness of their own envy. Today the Archangel Michael says, the drain closes, the interceptor is identified, and everything that was drained returns with a force that will surprise even those who tried to prevent it. Pay attention to what I will describe, because the portrait I will draw will make the face of this person arise in your mind like a lightning bolt. This person knows your plans before anyone else, because you told them. This person knows your weaknesses, because you showed them. This person knows exactly where to press to throw you off balance, because they studied every reaction for months, sometimes years. When you tell good news, the first reaction of this person seems to be joy. But if you pay attention, you will notice that the smile does not reach the eyes, that the congratulation is accompanied by a comment that diminishes, that after every conversation with this person, you leave more tired than you entered, more confused, heavier, as if they had drained something you cannot name. And that is exactly what happened. This person is what heaven calls a spiritual spy. They do not need to be physically present to affect you. It is enough to know. It is enough to desire. It is enough to pronounce. And the effect settles like a mist that you breathe without realizing. The face has already come to mind. Do not try to deny it. The spirit already knows, it always knew. But the kind heart refused to accept it, because accepting it would mean losing someone. And you have already lost too much in this life to endure another loss. But listen, what you lose by letting go of the one who sabotages you is not a person. It is a chain. And letting go of chains is not loss. It is liberation. Today, before the sword I hold, the secret is revealed. The mask falls, and the work done in the dark loses all power under the light of truth. Do you feel how the heaviness begins to release from your shoulders? It is because truth has the power to cut chains that not even the strongest iron could break. And it is exactly at this point that spiritual understanding makes all the difference. Because feeling that someone works against you is one thing, but understanding why certain people in your own circle transform into saboteurs, why money vanishes without a trace, why the body falls ill when the soul is under attack, why just when you are about to advance, something pulls you back, this requires depth. And without this depth, the cycle repeats. The person changes their face, but the pattern continues. Month after month, year after year, generation after generation. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, called How to Know If God Will Save You in the Final Judgment. This material was made for those who are at the exact moment when heaven reveals who has been working in secret against your life. Within it are truths that function as a spiritual detector, allowing you to see what before seemed like care but was actually disguised surveillance. You will understand why certain financial blocks existed, why certain people had too much access to your energy, and how to definitively break the pattern of sabotage that should have been identified years ago. People who have accessed it told me that for the first time they understood why they always felt someone was rowing against them, and for the first time the boat began to move forward. The link is in the description of the video and pinned at the top of the comments. If something within you confirms that this is for you, do not delay. Access it now. Now let us go deeper, because the Archangel Michael has not yet finished revealing. Speak with truth in your heart. How long have you been carrying a pain that is not just physical? This pain in the shoulders, this weight on the back, this tiredness that does not pass with sleep. It is not age. It is not effort. It is the burden of carrying the weight of another's intention without knowing. Every desire for failure that they cast against you accumulated in the body like invisible stones, between the shoulder blades, in the nape of the neck, in the shoulders, in the hands, in the feet. The body screamed for months, but no one heard, because the attack was silent, because it came disguised as proximity, as concern, as advice, as an embrace. Feel right now this sting between the shoulders? It is the hand of the Archangel Michael touching the exact place where the sabotage nested, identifying the blockage to tear it out by the root. The tiredness you feel upon waking is not laziness. It is the reflection of battles that the spirit fought while you slept. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a heavy chest without knowing why? Have you felt a strange presence in the room near 3 in the morning? A coldness that has no explanation? These are the signs that the secret work was at its highest point. But I am here to say it is over, because the sword has already been unsheathed, and what operated in the dark does not survive under the light. And there is something else in your home that needs to be revealed. There is an object that entered by the hand of one who did not have good intention. It may seem harmless. A gift, an ornament, something you received with a smile and kept without thinking. But since it entered the house, things have changed. Arguments increased without reason. Money stopped yielding. Sleep became heavy. The environment became charged with a tension that no one can explain. This object functions as a transmitter. While it is there, the person who gave it maintains access to the energy of your house, even without being present, even without calling you, even without appearing. The connection is through the object, and while this connection exists, the drain remains open. The order of the Archangel Michael is clear. This very day, get rid of that. Take it out of the house, and in doing so, say aloud, "The Archangel Michael is with me. The secret has been revealed, and this house is clean." You will feel how the air changes instantly, how the weight releases, how the environment breathes again, as if a window had been opened that had been locked for months. If this channel is being an instrument of heaven in your life, subscribe now, press the bell, like this video, as a spiritual seal, and share it with someone who needs to hear it before the same pattern repeats. Because when you carry the word forward, protection does not diminish. It multiplies and reaches those you love. And there is something else you need to know. This person who works against you in secret does not act only in the physical world. They act in the digital. They enter your profile not to greet you, but to monitor, to know what you are doing, to measure if you are advancing or retreating, to calculate the next move. They do not like, they do not comment, they do not appear, but they are there, in silence, observing. And every time they see you happy, envy intensifies, and the secret work is renewed. This tiredness you feel after opening social networks, this anxiety that appears out of nowhere when seeing the phone, this sensation of being watched even when alone, it is not paranoia, it is spiritual discernment. The spirit knows what the mind refuses to accept. And today the Archangel Michael confirms the secret surveillance ends here. Now the part that seals everything. You are not an accident of history, nor a permanent victim of another's malice. You are the culmination of a lineage that fought battles you cannot even imagine. The blood of your ancestors protects you, this blood that ran through the veins of warriors, of mothers who sustained entire families with their own hands, of grandmothers who prayed in the middle of the night for generations that had not yet been born. And now, this prayer is fulfilled. In you, through you, despite everything they tried to do against you. There is someone on the other side of the veil who saw everything they did in secret, saw every word said in the dark, every intention cast, every plan drawn against your peace, and cried out to heaven, "Protect this child, reveal what is hidden, return what was stolen," and heaven heard, and sent the Archangel Michael personally, with the sword in one hand and the truth in the other. The secret sabotage did not go unpunished, not because heaven is vengeful, but because there is a law of balance that is not broken. Whoever worked in secret will harvest in public. Whoever drained in silence will feel the void in the noise. Whoever planted traps will stumble over their own ropes. Not because you wished ill, but because divine justice does not depend on your request. It moves on its own when a child of God is touched. And you were touched, but not destroyed. And that is proof that protection was always active, even when you did not feel it, even when you doubted, even when you cried thinking no one saw. That is why sustaining this knowledge spiritually is crucial, because without a foundation, the old energy can infiltrate again before the restoration is complete. And everything heaven prepared can be intercepted by nostalgia, by false compassion, or by the doubt that makes you feel guilt for distancing yourself from the one who sabotaged you. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, How to Know If God Will Save You in the Final Judgment. This book is the foundation that protects the restoration that is underway. Within it are truths that will teach you how to keep your energy clean while healing takes hold, how to recognize patterns of sabotage before they repeat, how not to confuse proximity with safety, and how to spiritually sustain the freedom that heaven has just given you. You will understand why certain pains in the body were not illness. They were a reflection of the secret work, and how to release them definitively. The link is in the description and at the top of the comments. The shield has been activated. The secret has been revealed. Do not let the old energy close what heaven has opened. Now the prayer. Do not listen as just another part of the video. Receive it as the most sacred moment of this night, as if the Archangel Michael himself were standing before you with his sword unsheathed and his wings in golden flames, while every word is pronounced over your life. Father, look at your son. Look at your daughter who carried an invisible weight that no one saw. Look at the nights when they cried alone, wondering why nothing worked despite so much effort. Look at the times they trusted those who used every confidence as a weapon. Look at the money that was drained by an invisible drain that the sabotaging person kept open. Look at the energy that was sucked by those who pretended to care. Look at the pain in the back that was not illness. It was the weight of the secret work accumulating on the shoulders. Look at the projects that stalled just before succeeding. The love that distanced itself without explanation. The prosperity that dried up at the exact moment it should have flourished. Look at the object that was planted in the house with the intention to drain. Look at the person who monitored the networks without liking or commenting. In calculated silence, tonight, Father, the secret has been revealed. What was hidden has come to light. Whoever worked in the shadows has been exposed. The drain has been closed. The transmitter has been identified. The mask has fallen. And the cycle of silent sabotage that repeated month after month, year after year, ends here and now. Archangel Michael, stand guard over this chosen one. Protect the house. Protect the family. Protect every door and every window. Cut every connection with those who operated in secret. Remove every object that entered with bad intention. Clean the environment where this child sleeps. Return the money that was drained. Return the health that was consumed. Return the sleep that was stolen. Return the clarity that was clouded. Return the trust that was destroyed by those who should have protected. Return the joy that vanished, for no apparent reason. Close every door that the saboteur opened. Seal this life with the mark of heaven, so that every presence that worked in secret knows that this temple is now clean, protected, and guarded by the sword of Michael. May the pain in the shoulders dissolve now. May the fatigue without reason disappear. May the object lose all power the instant it is removed. May the money that fled return with force. May in the next 72 hours the signs be clear, a call, a transfer, a document, a door that opens, a truth that is confirmed. Amen. Write in the comments, the secret has been revealed. My life has been unblocked, not as a pretty phrase, as a spiritual declaration, as the moment when the Spirit said enough and the entire heaven recorded it. When you write, you are not proving anything to anyone. You are telling your soul that you will no longer feed those who drain you in secret, that you will no longer trust information to those who use every word as ammunition, that you will no longer confuse presence with protection. And if during this night you thought of someone who lives the same pattern of silent sabotage, send it, because when you carry the word forward, the shield multiplies and reveals what needs to be revealed in the life of those you love. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, How to Know If God Will Save You in the Final Judgment. This book is the final seal of this night. It is the spiritual complement of everything the Archangel Michael revealed and activated in your life today. Within it are truths that will protect the new cycle of freedom, strengthen discernment to identify saboteurs before they infiltrate again, and ensure that the pattern of secret work never repeats, because the secret has been revealed. But without knowledge, another person may take the place, with another mask, with another smile, with another strategy. This book is the detector that keeps the guard active forever. The link is in the description of the video and pinned at the top of the comments. Access it now. The secret has fallen. Restoration is in motion. Do not allow the old energy to reinstall what heaven has unmasked. The Archangel Michael declares, I will surprise you. I will return to you more than they drained from you, more than they tried to block, more than you believed possible. Whoever worked in secret will watch your restoration, not for revenge, but because your restored life is the greatest proof that the secret work failed. Because the best answer you can give to the one who sabotaged you in silence is not a word. It is a prosperous life. It is a house in peace. It is a healed body. It is a clean mind. It is a free spirit. And this testimony is being written right now. Every line, every chapter, every page by God Himself, and whoever operated in the shadows will have to watch this light shining in the place where they planned darkness, not because you sought spotlights, but because heaven decided that the time of the secret is over, and when heaven decides to reveal, no shadow remains. Close your eyes now. Feel the heat in the spirit. This is the hand of the Archangel Michael upon your shoulder. This is the breath of God filling your lungs with life again. You are chosen. You are covered. You are loved immensely. And nothing, not the saboteur, nor the secret work, nor the planted object, nor the words said in the dark, can tear this from you. This is the truth that no lie can undo. This is the promise that no block can hold. This is the sword that no shadow can resist. Because when the Archangel Michael descends with the sword and the truth, no secret survives. The coming days will confirm everything you heard tonight. There will be clear signs. Money returning from sources you believed dry, health improving without medical explanation, people around you acting strangely, because they will feel that something has changed in you. That access has been cut, that energy no longer flows in their direction, and a surprise that will confirm that the drain has been closed. This is what it looks like when God corrects what was sabotaged in secret. Precise, surgical, without unnecessary noise. With the exactness of one who sees in the dark as well as in the light, stand firm while God works. Because the silence this time is not empty. It is divine strategy. It is the space heaven needs to reorganize every piece that was moved without your permission. And every sign that appears is not a coincidence. It is confirmation that the secret has fallen, and freedom has arrived. Declare with your spirit, if God is with me, who can be against me? The secret has been revealed. My life has been unblocked. Whoever worked in silence has lost access, and heaven repeats, we heard you. The sword has been unsheathed, and the truth has finally arrived. The peace of heaven be upon your life, upon your house, upon your mind, and upon every generation that comes after you. May this night mark the end of all disguised sabotage, and the beginning of all freedom that was always yours. May the secret never be reinstalled. May the object lose its power. May the saboteur lose access. May the money return. May the body heal. May the mind clear. Today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Amen.